Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1978 Olympia SM9 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Germany and the second best typewriter of all time in my opinion. Second to the great Hermes 3000. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0 and the right one on around 80. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back like a switchblade and extends. And this is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got two adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if we want 1.5, just flip that switch down 1 notch. It skips 1.5. One more, it skips 2. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line. I switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side. Flip that down to the orange indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. This has a lighter touch than the SM3 and the SM4. Super smooth and perfect print. 11 characters per inch, which is Elite number 84. Typical Elite is 12 characters per inch, but Olympia was commonly made these 11, so it's right in the middle between 10 and 12, which is a sweet spot for a lot of people. Up top is the paper release lever. Flip that forward, it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to flip this down for now and put the color back on black. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the right side, very smooth. Tab on the top right. This has a manual tab, actual keyboard tab set. That's the difference between the SM8 and the SM9. Is the SM9 has the tab set and clear on the keyboard, and the SM8 has a manual tab set on the back of the carriage here. So that's how you can tell the difference. Also, this has a carriage release on the left side and a tab, all tab clear. So right now we have tabs set on 10 space intervals. So I'm just going to clear them all by flipping this switch to the front or down, and that should clear all the tabs. But I always like to set one somewhere in the middle, so that way when I hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. So you flip the switch up to the plus sign that sets the tab. To clear it, that's one specific tab. You push it down to the minus sign. And the older SM9s will have them on the sides of the spacebar. This has it right here. So when it's located on the sides of the spacebar, this right here would be the touch control. But the touch control is on the inside for this one. You can set as many tabs as you want on this model. The button with the 4 dots is the margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that margin release. It does allow you to get past that and type all the way to the end. Very good. And up to the left is the carriage lock. Flip that up and move the carriage to the middle. It locks the carriage in the middle. It also locks the keys. It does not lock the shift on this model. To unlock it, just flip that down like that, and it will allow you to type past that. All right. Hood opens like a car hood. All the brand new ribbon is loaded on the left or on the right side right now. So it's pulling to the left. If you want to switch that manually, the side that you want it to go to, there's a little switch on the back behind it. Just flip it to that side towards the middle, and it will swap the direction. And that's meant to catch the eyelet at the end of the ribbon, which is a little metal piece. It will catch on that and swap the direction automatically to the side it needs to go to. So we're going to keep that going to this side. And this is your touch control. There's a plus and minus sign on there. The farther down you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit the keys harder for them to print, but they respond faster. The farther up you go, the less tension there is. So you just want to play with that. This does have a light touch naturally, so somebody that wants a heavier touch might have benefit with that. Carriage release on both sides, super smooth. The Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. Here's your paper support arm. Carriage release on the left side, very good. Some people might even rate this above the Hermes 3000 just because it's a little bit more durable. It's actually the most durable typewriter you can get. It's all metal, hard, solid. You can throw this thing down a mountain. Made out all the best parts just super rugged. If you pull out the knob, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space, in the same concept. If you move this line space selector all the way back, it disables the spacing. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.